So a little bit of buying advice on laptops, a little bit more in depth than I did on the last video, okay? So there was another of many tech guys who I had an experience with. He sent his customer my way, and at the time I worked at Micro Center, which is the computer electronics store that I had talked about so much in some of the other videos, okay? And this customer came to me and he said that he has a 9-year-old boy and he just wants a computer for his 9-year-old son to do his homework. That's it. No games. He wasn't going to allow him to download anything or do anything, just to do his homework and then print it out. And that's it. And he tells me that his tech guy told him that he needed an i7, okay, with 6 gigs of RAM and a terabyte hard drive, okay? So I looked at the customer and I told him, listen, man, I mean, it's your money. If you want to go that route, that's fine, but you do not need an i7, okay? And so he tells me, well, my tech told me that an i7 is going to be faster. So here's the really big disconnect, okay, with so many computer techs that I've dealt with and customers who get the wrong information, okay? If you are going to get a computer and it's literally just going to be used for your children to do their homework, getting for example, when you go to the computer store, you will see Intel has several different types of processors. So there's the i3, there's the i5, and then there's the i7. The i7 technically being at the top of the line, right? So then there's the i3. So the i3 kind of starts the Intel powerhouses, okay? They've got the Celerons and they've got the Pentiums, but that's not really anything that I would recommend for home use, you know? So we start with an i3. Now, if you get a computer and you're just going to be doing homework on it, there is going to be no difference in performance between an i3 and an i7. An i7 is only faster when you're actually using the computer in a way that requires that extra computing power. So for example, if you're creating videos, okay, and you're rendering videos, if you're playing heavy gaming, or if you're doing photo editing or anything business related, or you're running QuickBooks and you need quick access to your programs and files and things like that, that is when an i7 stands out, okay? But if it's just something for your children, okay, you will not see a difference in performance. You can get an i3 computer with 4 gigs of RAM and a 500 gig hard drive, or, you know, a lot of times Micro Center has awesome deals. They had a couple of i3s with 6 gigs of RAM and a terabyte. Great price, okay? Now, if you have the money to spend on an i7 and you just want to get him the i7 or get your little girl the i7, then fine. You do whatever you want. But the point of this video is to help you to understand that if it's not something you need, you can save yourself several $100s and still get yourself a quality computer that will operate very, very, very well. Okay, there's too many computer techs out there, or people, you know, some of you guys have that family friend that, you know, claim that you're comfortable with because you feel that they know about computer stuff. They say they know computer stuff. Or you've got your IT guys at work and they'll tell you, get the i7, get the i7, don't get AMD, AMD's terrible, blah, blah, blah. But these people, not that I hate to make it sound like I'm insulting anybody, but when you're a technician, it is your job. When you're in the computer industry, it is your job to make sure that you actually have an accurate understanding of all the brands, the hardware, the different companies, how they operate, how they work. And, you know, for example, with AMD and Intel, again, we get texts telling customers, don't buy AMD. They tell their customers AMD sucks. Okay, if you're a computer tech and you're telling your customers that AMD sucks, you don't really have an understanding of how the processors and the technology work. Okay, now on the high end of things, Intel will outperform AMD with certain tasks, absolutely. But again, if we're talking about family, home, general use, you're just going to watch Netflix, Hulu, YouTube, email, Facebook, check the weather, you're going to download music, you're going to download, you got your movie collection or whatever it is, AMD is a fantastic choice. Great price, great performance, okay? You shouldn't be telling people that AMD is crap. You shouldn't be telling people, oh, every time I've had AMD, I've always had problems with them, because that's a bunch of crap, okay? So just make sure you're telling your customers the right thing. And if you are a customer, if you're someone who's thinking about, what should I get from my children, please message us. Please reach out to us, because we will give you the accurate answer. We understand all the different brands, all the different types of technologies, from processors, RAM, hard drives, everything, solid state, everything that you can think of. We will have 100% accurate answer for you, okay? And if we can help save you money, help you to understand things better, we certainly will. Thanks for watching.